Hi there! Thank you for checking out my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. This video is part of the series of videos I post to try to help people out when it comes to aptitude tests like the civil service exam. Now this shirt right here was given to me by someone from Team Lyqa Naga. Okay, someone from Bicol, and I really want to thank you po, ate, for this Bicol shirt that you gave me. It's an early birthday present, so thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot. I also appreciate all of you guys praying for me and cheering on me. Medyo mas okay na yung boses ko, although it's a little lower than normal. Pero as I figured, parang gawa na lang din ako ng video kahit medyo pangit pa yung boses ko. Just so maihabol ko to para sa mga mag-exam really soon. Alright? So, today, I also want to thank someone from Team Lyqa Davao who gave me a pair of earrings na isusot ko ngayon. Alright. I'm not one to wear things like this. Masyado siyang malaki than what I normally wear. But I want to appreciate yung nagbigay kasi handmade po ito. Ginawa niya talaga with love and with effort din on his part. And let me just acknowledge Kuya Atong Martihe from Comfy Crafty. I'll put all his links down below dito sa ating box right here so we can also check out his work. And handmade ito. Siya ang gumawa. So when he told me na ginawa niya daw to for me, sabi ko I would wear it sa susunod ko na video like I promised. So Kuya Atong, thank you for giving these to me. I appreciate it kasi more than the gift itself, I appreciate na ginawa niyo siya by hand. So, if you don't know that about me yet, these things dito sa likod ko, the sculptures there, I also made that. I make earrings and stuff like that din. Kaya lang wala lang akong time recently. So, I know how hard it is to actually think of an idea and turn it into a product. So, thank you Kuya Atong. At dahil dyan, susot ko to, kaya nilagay ko ang aking hair sa taas para pansinin siya. So, if you want something like this or a lot of the other statement pieces that he makes, I already checked out his Facebook page and his Instagram account. You can go ahead and reach out to him. I believe pinapaship naman niya to kahit saan. So, wherever you are in the Philippines. So, again, thank you Kuya Atong. And today, we're going to talk about another pair of homonym horrors. We're going to talk about something that a lot of you requested from me, which is yung difference between the words advice and advice. Okay, so obviously magkatunog, kaya nga siya homonym horrors kasi these are words na magkatunog, pero magkaiba ng spelling or magkaiba ng meaning. And in this case, medyo tricky talaga siya. So we have to talk about it. And in order for me to explain that better, I'm going to switch over to my PC so I can show you and explain kung ano yung gagawin. I'm also going to put up a quiz at the end. So make sure that you stay until the end of the video para makita ninyo yung quiz na yun. Alright? So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so today we're going to talk about another pair ng homonyms. This is very close kasi isang letter lang pinagkaiba nila. You have the word advice with an S and the word advice with a C. And again, I focus on these words, mga homonym pairs, kasi ito usually lumalabas sa exam. Hindi yan lang sa fill in the blanks, minsan kahit dun sa part na sentence correction in which may word na naka-underline. There's a possibility na if you see a word like this na naka-underline, you have to ask yourself din kung tama yung pagkakagamit nila or misspelled ba siya, kung S ba yun dapat or C. So I figured I should spend time trying to explain this to you. If you haven't seen the other homonym horrors yet, again, click dito sa taas para you can catch up. There are a bunch of those. Yan yung mga words na kadalasan lumalabas sa exam, kaya I chose to teach you those words instead of any random word na lang. So, mas maganda tong way for you to build your vocabulary and also to be careful dun sa mga posible na mga misleading na questions sa exam. Okay? So, let's talk about the word advice first. Ito yung may C. Okay? If advice is spelled with a C, it's actually a noun. Now, ano yung noun? Ang noun ay yung sa Tagalog, pangalan. It's the name of a person, place, thing, advice, or pangyayari. So, in this case, ang word na advice is the actual thing na sinabi. Okay? So, if, for example, written advice, you spell that with a C. It's something that you say to someone. It's the what. Okay? What you say to someone. Kung ano yung sinabi niya. So, if you're quoting something that na sinabi, tapos sasabihin mo, this is his advice or this was his advice, you will spell it with a C. Again, in Tagalog, this is payo. So, if you're thinking about whether you're using the word advice correctly, kung tama pa pagkakaspell mo, if you should use a C or an S, you can also substitute the word payo. Okay? Ang advice with a C ay payo. What you say. Example, you have this word, this sentence, if you find it hard, here's my advice. In this case, dahil ang hinahanap is the it, okay? Ano ba yung ginagamit? Ano yung sinasabi? Ito ang aking maipapayo sa Tagalog kasi ito ay, kung nahihirapan ka, ito ang aking payo. If you use the word payo for the translation, then you should use the word advice with a C. Okay? Again, you use the word advice with a C kapag noun or bagay siya. And you can substitute it with the word payo. Now, if it's advice spelled with an S, okay? If you're advising someone, okay, you will actually use the word advice with an S. That is a verb. Now, when we talk about verb, ito yung when you are doing something, okay? So, you will give advice, and then you will also advise. Okay? If you use the word advice with an S, wala na yung give. I advise you to do this. Okay? That is the action word, verb. Okay? When you say something to someone, yan ang ibig sabihin ng advice. So, ibig sabihin when you're advising someone, ibig sabihin nagpapayo ka. Sa Tagalog, yun. Okay? Pinapayuhan, action word, hindi payo itself. So, for example, this sentence right here. If you find this hard, I advise you to keep practicing. Anong pinagkaiba niyo dun sa kanina? Kanina, ang sinasabi is, ito yung aking payo. This time, ang translation natin, if you find this hard, kung nahihirapan ka dito, pinapayuhan kita to keep practicing. So again, pag translation mo is, ako ay nagpapayo or pinapayuhan kita to keep practicing, you use the word advice with an S. Okay? Again, S kapag action word, as in the act of you telling someone na ito yung gagawin niya. And then the word advice with a C kapag we're talking about what you actually said. Okay? So, advice, action word with an S. C kapag ano lang siya, yung mismong payo itself. Okay? Now, I have a set of questions right here. Okay? Kasi ito advice, like I said, diba? With an S yan dapat. I have a set of questions right here. It's a quick quiz. 5 questions that you can practice on. I'll give you, sabihin na natin, I'll give you 5 minutes to answer these, okay? And then I'll discuss the correct answers. All right. right, let's see how you did. Okay, again, hindi lang to sa fill in the blanks. If makakita kayo ng naka-underline na advice or advice sa sentence correction, don't just shade no error. Balikan ninyo, tama ba ang spelling, may S ba o may C? Let's talk about the first one. Sabi, I went to my mentor and asked for, okay? Sa Tagalog, pumunta ako sa mentor ko at humingi ako ng payo. And since payo yon or bagay ang hinihingi mo, dapat ito ay advice with a C. Okay? Again, kasi yung translation niya is payo. So ito, number 2, he blanked me to ask for a raise. So pinayuhan, siya ay nagpayo sa akin na humingi ako ng raise. So nagpayo na siya. It's an action, it's a verb. So this one, may S na siya. He advised me to ask for a raise. Okay? So advice or again, pag action word, dapat may S. Kung ang translation mo ay nagpayo siya o pinayuhan niya ako, it should be advice with an S. Number 3, I followed his blank and talked to my boss. Sa Tagalog, sinunod ko ang kanyang payo. Okay? At kinausap ko ang aking boss. So again, payo yung sinubstitute natin na word. So the word here would be advice with a C. It's a noun. Sinundan ko yung kanyang payo. Okay? And then number 4, my boss agreed and said that he'll blank the HR department. So, anong ginawa ng boss mo? Siya ay magsasabi sa HR department. Sa Tagalog, pumayag ang aking boss at sabi niya ay papayuhan niya or sasabihan niya ang HR department. So, in this case, it has to be advice with an S. He'll advise the HR department. Kasi again, action word. Ito, he will advise. Okay? Hindi siya bagay. Okay. Number 5, it proved to be a vital piece of advice. Okay? Now, in this case, Tagalogin natin, ito ay naging mahalagang piraso ng payo. Okay? So again, bagay na naman siya. If you look at the word piece right there, di ba we say piece of cake, piece of work. Okay? All of those, yung piece of, those are nouns. So in this case, this will be advice with a C. Mahalaga siyang bahagi ng payo. Mahalaga siyang payo. Nakatulong siya sa akin. The word payo works, so you will use advice with a C. Okay, so again, be very careful with that, and I hope you learned that really well here. Keep practicing. Alright, I hope you learned something today. If you did, click thumbs up. Make sure to share this video with your friends, lalo na kung mag-examine sila. That way, mas marami tayong matutulungan. And don't be afraid, okay? Don't be nervous. Just do your best sa inyong exam. I'm always here rooting for you and cheering you on. God bless sa inyong lahat. Aja! Kaya niyan. I'll see you in my next video. And if you have any other questions, go to www.facebook.com/teamlyqa. Bye for now, guys, and never stop learning.